Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Health and Happiness.
Welcome to another edition of Health and Happiness.
Just kidding. But actually this is good health and happiness, being out here on the boat. So if you can see, I'm pretty sweaty. It is July 3rd. We're about to celebrate our 250th anniversary, and we're like the only ones out here. I'm really surprised. It could be the heat. We'll look back at this time in 2026 and know that it was a really hot summer. We're on the water. It's about to be high tide, and we're thinking about taking a swim. So one of the things that I really want to do on this episode is take you around some of the modifications that I've done. I think you'll really be impressed. So stay tuned from the deck of Love Our Life.
Wouldn't change a thing. I love our life. I love our life. I love our life.
This is an old Yeti. As you can see, it's a 1400. I think they make a 1500 now. We bought this a long time ago when we had a really bad hurricane. We had to leave town for 12 days, had no power, and we're like, we don't want to do this again. We've got over, I think, 400 watts of bigger solar panels. But what I love about this is if you know anything about the Jeanneau, you can plug into shore power. So let me just show you that. So as you can see, that light is on because I am running it off the Yeti.
So let's back up a minute. Almost all cruiser boats have the ability to hook up to shore power when you are docked at a marina. But what if you're anchored out and you want power? That is where the Yeti comes in. Without the Yeti, the 2019 Jeanneau NC-695 has two batteries, one for the engine, one for the house. So many people do just fine running off the two batteries. But what if you didn't have to? Also equipped on the NC-695 is the Crytek charging system, which when plugged into a 110 outlet, you are charging your batteries and you have access to a 110 plug. Using the Yeti as my 110 source, I can now have power and I'm recharging my batteries while out at a remote anchorage. Let's take a look at how that works. The NC-695 is plugged into the AC outlet of the 1400 Yeti. The Yeti is then powered by two 100-watt solar panels. What I like about this system is you are never taking the voltage off your Jeanneau batteries. The Yeti is basically giving you power. We'll talk about how it did overnight.
Being able to be off like this and still have power, I think is a really great thing. Like, so let me take you up to the top so you can see what I've got going on with the solar panels. I think you're probably wondering too, what's up with the screen. We're in the south, lots of bugs, and there's nothing worse if you've been camping and you get a bug in the tent. One of the first things that we do is we set up the tent. It's basically just one of those 10 by 10 tents that you set up. So basically it's just, run around the back. And is it perfect? No, but it works. I've got two, one's a 110, which is kind of silly. I don't know if it's just the marketing thing. I've never got 110 out of it. Usually around 75-76% is all I've ever gotten out of it. So basically 200 watts. I've got one from Harbor Freight, and then this other company that I bought. And so that's the setup there. So let me show you the other thing that I did. If you know the Jeanneau 695, well, all the Jeanneaus, they all have the sunroof. This is a great way to be able to keep the sunroof open, I made these screens. They're clipped on the inside. That was the only one that you can clip on the inside. The rest of them, you have to clip on the outside. I tried so many different ideas. I was hoping to be able to run a string here with elastic, but because there's no lip on the back, I ended up going with the clips. Again, it's not pretty, but it works. Here, as you know, the window is only open here, so there's no reason to have screen there, and then that allows a little bit of the sun blockage. Basically, all your windows are completely covered with screen. That just folds over there like that. A little bit of wind.
Hi, baby.
Hey, sweetie. I don't know if you can see through the screen. Probably not. My wife's down there reading. Again, not really what I wanted to do with the clips, but it works. So then we'll come around here and I'll show you this other side. Basically just a mirror of the other one. Another shot of the screen there in the back. Well, another wonderful day out on the boat. Doesn't get much better than this.
Osprey or pelican has dark wings.
Let's talk about the performance of the Yeti. Very impressive. We topped off several times at 100%, and I just disconnected the solar panels and let it run down a little bit. So we're going into the night at 85%. Not sure what I think about these solar panels. When I got each one individually, I tested them individually, and I got 70, which is really good for a 100-watt solar panel. I thought 70 was good. So I'm not sure why, having both of them hooked up, I never even got to 70. So I'm not real sure what's happening there. Could it be the angle? I don't know. It seems like if the sun's straight above you, it shouldn't matter. But anyway, overall, I think it's a success. I wanted to do a little update on the Yeti for those of you that are thinking about that. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Yeti, it's just that we have that particular brand. But when I got up this morning, after going overnight, the Yeti went down to 33%. So from our last time out, what we experienced was, it seems like the Yeti recharges more efficiently when you're not drawing power from it. So right now we've got it turned off, so we're trying to let it get charged. So right now we're not getting much input. The sun is obviously behind me. So that's just a little bit of an update. We had kind of a rough night. Go ahead and talk about the anchor situation. We are looking at replacing the stock anchor, and I'm leaning towards the Vulcan. I'm about 100% sure that's what I'm going to get, and then we're going to go ahead and get a windlass, and I think that's going to help. Because the thing that concerns me, we had plenty of scope out. We really didn't have that much wind, and it just seems like this anchor is just not holding this boat. So I've already contacted Rocna, and they've recommended the 20-pound Vulcan. So that's what we're going to be going with. So we'll see how that goes. So this would be kind of a neat timestamp to look back at this pre-Vulcan to see if it does work. So stay tuned for more. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we decided to head back. It is so hot, and we didn't get much sleep last night. The anchor kept coming loose, and we did the 5-to-1 scope, 7-to-1 scope was still slipping. So we're looking at getting a Vulcan anchor. So it'll be interesting when we look back on this once we get the Vulcan, get the windlass, if we're going to have better anchoring. It's been a nice trip. We always hate to go back, but I think we're making the right decision. It is so hot. You can probably see me sweating. And when we made the decision, if we slipped anchor in the middle of the day, then we're going home, because neither one of us got any sleep last night. So we're just not feeling that. So stay tuned. I got to pay attention. See y'all next time.
Wouldn't change a thing.